Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV's church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina and Clovis, special guests. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by Truth and Triumph Ministries.
Hey, everybody. Hello, hello. Oh, y'all. I said run in and get my plug. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Juice Radio and Talk Show. All right. Let's get Instagram up. How y'all doing? Y'all, I just ran a marathon to go in there and get my phone cord. Oh, ciao. All right, let me get this mic over here. Y'all see the story? Did y'all know this book was out? If you didn't, y'all gonna probably want to purchase this book. This seems like it's going to be super interesting. Eddie Long Jr., but he doesn't go by Eddie anymore. He goes by Ed. Ed Long Jr., his book is out, and I think it's going to be a great book to read. So let me go ahead and put this up. Okay. Yeah, making sure that's good. All right. So welcome back to my channel, those of you who are new here. Thank you for being here. We're going to talk, y'all. All right, here we go. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. You will feel so much better when you do. You will. You will. All right. Thank you, Aaron, for being here. Thank you, beautiful. I appreciate you, Aaron, for being here. Appreciate you so very much. You are such a hard-working mod. And you are so good at it. Thank you so much for being here, Aaron. Appreciate your loyalty to the channel. Hey, everybody over there on Instagram. All right, I got y'all up and running. How y'all doing? Let's get in here and have this conversation. Great book that's out now, you guys. Y'all going to want to check this out. Hey, Robin. How you doing? Thank you, Aaron. Y'all click like, click share, click subscribe. Y'all come on in the room here. Let's have a talk. Let's have a chit chat. Y'all come on in the room. I see y'all coming in. Remember, share. Tell the people that we're live. Tell the people that we're here. And we're going to have a conversation. All right. Hey, Robin. Thank you so much for being here. Robin said, no, this is news. You didn't know? I didn't know either, Robin. But I found out because a great algorithm came up on my YouTube channel. And this video came up of Ed Long Jr. doing an interview. I was like, really? Where you been? Well, he's been out here busy, you guys. He has been out here busy. For those of you who don't know who this handsome young man is, his name is Ed Long Jr. He is the son and one of the children to the great Bishop Eddie Long Jr. Now, if you have not heard of Eddie Long Jr., go ahead and Google, but I'm going to share some information. Also, a story that I think it was CNN that covered it years ago. And Bishop Carlton Pearson was in that video doing an interview, and he was defending and protecting his friend, Eddie Long Jr., because of all the conversations that were going on. And I'm going to bring that video up as well. And we're going to have a talk because I thought it was really interesting to see, because it reminds us again, Bishop Eddie Long, and how wonderful his friendship was with Bishop Carlton Pearson. All right, so let me get this up here. You guys see the book over there, and I'm going to pull up this other information here. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for being here. Appreciate y'all so very much. All right, where'd my video go? Here's the book there. Eddie Long. All right, so here we go here. All right. So here's a video that I want you guys to see. And this is um, Bishop Carlton Pearson, and he is going to be speaking on his conversation about Eddie Long. Now, remember, Bishop Eddie Long went through so much controversy in life with his personal situation. I'm not going to dive into that. If you haven't seen it already, just Google it. I'm not one of those type of channels that likes to indulge on that. But the reason why I'm going to bring this up, and then I'm going to have this conversation about this great book that Ed Long has. The reason why I bring it up because it correlates, they connect together. Okay, so you can learn a little bit about, as we continue to celebrate and honor Bishop Carlton Pearson. Let me put these banners up. You'll understand why I'm putting these two together. Of course, because it's his father. Bishop Eddie Long is Ed Long's father. But come on, let's go ahead and continue the celebrations of Bishop Carlton Pearson. All right, I'm going to bring this up on the screen. And let's go ahead and share this screen so y'all can see this great video from CNN. This is an interview that CNN did. And let's dive into it, okay? And this was a little while ago, but let's go ahead and get into this, okay? Let's make sure I have that on my screen here. And again, thank y'all for being here, all right? Let's have the conversation. Thank you. Thank you, Robin. All right, y'all ready? Here we go.
You change your philosophy? Why did you go out on a limb and say gays are accepted in heaven? Something that the Black church disagrees with.
Well, not only the Black church, the church disagrees with it. And my gay friends, and I have several over the years, were some of the most sensitive, loving, creative, ingenious, generous people. Some are members of my family. I got tired of sending them to hell. That it was the hell issue. They're going through it now, but these brilliant human beings spending eternity in a customized torture chamber, you know, it messed with my theology and my heart. And so I started preaching the gospel of inclusion, saying that Hindus, Muslims, Jews, everybody has access to the grace of the God we preach. And that not only a few Christians were going to heaven. And that's what got me in trouble with church. The devotion to the devil and hell is stronger, or as strong as anybody's devotion to Jesus in many of the Christian circles.
We're going to talk more about that in a minute, okay? And why this is such a taboo subject within the Black church specifically. But Eddie Long, you're very good friends. He's sought your advice. He's sought your counsel a number of times. Did he reach out to you when all of this started happening?
I reached out to him. A couple of years ago, he embraced me. When he knew that I had been sort of castigated from the church, he walked up to me in Vegas at the Trumpet Awards and just embraced me and said, "Bishop, we didn't do you right."
Wow.
Now that was a very powerful expression from him because no one else had said it that way.
Interesting for someone who's been very vocal about homosexuality and that it's not accepted, and he's against gay marriage. So he came to you and said, "We didn't do you right." When you came out and said, "I accept lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender."
Absolutely. I think in his heart, he does accept them. I think in all of our hearts, it's not kosher, if I could use that terminology, to accept them, because people like Ted Haggard, Ted couldn't have gotten where Ted got. He couldn't have grown and gone where he went in our Christian evangelical fundamentalist movement if he was gay. So he went as far as he went. And then they said, "Oh, no, you don't qualify any longer." He's still Ted. I know him. I think the kid was on my college wing at ORU. It grieves me that we treat people the way we do once we find out that they stop impersonating who they aren't.
That part.
And the imposters are falling away. What would we do if Eddie Long really was involved in these relationships? And then what do? Do we throw him away? Do we castigate him? He's a prince of a preacher. He's really a prince of a person. He's a generous spirit. He's an incredible work in this city. Infidelity, adultery, that's a whole nother subject. But if he did this, the question is, what would we do? The people rejoiced Sunday because he didn't admit to anything. They didn't want him to.
But that's what's interesting. He didn't admit to anything. There is a possibility. He said, "I am not a perfect man," but he did not come up to the pulpit and say, I am not gay. He didn't say those words. He didn't say these fears, these concerns that are coming forward, this talk about me specifically. It was vague. So what, I mean, and of course, these are all allegations at this point. What if he does come forward, Bishop, and say, I told you I wasn't a perfect man, and I've been struggling with this issue, and he does say that he's gay. What if this story changes? How will you deal with that? Will you accept him? Will you embrace him? How would you counsel him as his friend?
Well, I would put my arms around him like he did me and say, we will do you right. The scripture says if a brother or person is overtaken or taken over by a fault, some translations say sin, you who are spiritual, not you who are critical or you who are religious, restore. The word katartizo in Greek means to repair, to adjust. If that's his case, and he's been saying otherwise, and he's dealing with inner issues, usually the people that speak the most vociferously against something are dealing with it in their own life. The one that's railing against drugs or drinking or sex or whatever, they're dealing, and it's not the issue of homosexuality, it's the issue of human sexuality. How do we deal with our sexual side, our sensual side, our spiritual side? Because they interplay, they interact. So it's wrong for, I'm not for Christian cannibalism, eating our dead or dying, destroying them the way we do so many people. He should have been able to, in fact, before this got into the media and even to the courts, I wish the young men would have come to some of the apostles around the ministry and confronted the bishop and said, let's deal with this. And then if he didn't, take it out to the courts. I wish we could gather around, and we will. If we find out this about that these allegations are true, those who really love the church and love Bishop will gather around him apostolically to embrace him and to let him talk to us. Who could he have spoken to if that was really his issue? What could he have said?
Right.
You've talked about this as well. The issue of being a Black gay man, especially in the church, and a man within ministry, gospel music. There have been allegations that have come forward. There have been individuals that have come forward and said, I'm gay, and have been completely shut out of the Black church because of that. Why is it so unacceptable to be a Black man and to be gay and to lead a flock? Why is it so taboo?
Well, first of all,
it's not just biblical. I mean, there's a cultural
of
feeling
course
here.
Yeah, that's for white folks. See, y'all are supposed to do all that kind of stuff. We don't do that kind of stuff. we real men. I said that in jest, but that's
no,
an
but that's
underlying.
Interesting. That's what's going on.
Yeah, we don't do weird stuff. Now, the other hypocritical aspect of that is our churches, Kira, are filled with same-gender loving people, from the music department to the pulpits. Black music, church music, where would it be without our same-gender loving or gay musicians and singers? Not all of them are.
But many of them have come to you and said, I'm gay, but I can't come out.
Yes.
And we're talking very powerful people within the gospel industry.
Yes,
I've met them.
Yes, ma'am. With tears in their eyes, they were afraid. There are people who come to me and say, I embrace your gospel of inclusion, Bishop, but I can't. It's not a theological issue with me. It's a business decision. I'll lose my flock. I'll use my money. I'll lose my Parsons. I'll lose myself. I can't love everybody. I can't even love me, he would say. And I want to say to that group, and this is a wake-up call. Until the church, Black or otherwise, confronts, not combats, confronts this issue of human sexuality and homosexuality, which is not going away. Homosexuals and homosexuality is not going away. If every gay person in our churches left, or those who have an orientation or a preference or an inclination or fantasy, if everyone left, we wouldn't have a church.
See, that's interesting.
Yeah, there are gay doctors, police officers, attorneys. Look at the whole Catholic Church. All this idea of celibacy, it's not even natural. But it's out. It's like the Christian church is having to confront its issues. It's platonic, plastic, superficial portrayals of an angry God, a vicious God, an eternal place where everybody's going to burn, and this God with this terrible anger management problem who's going to get you, and then he's going to turn you over to the devil who's going to accuse you to him. And it's fairy tale stuff. But we bought into it, and now we're having to face the fact that maybe we missed it on many of these issues.
Well, this has definitely caught international attention, and he's a very powerful man of God, and he's brought up an issue that has been simmering for a very long time. And I tell you, as this story continues, because we know it's not going away, can we continue this dialogue? And
Absolutely.
I would love to talk to you more as you counsel Bishop Eddie Long, and let's talk more about this.
Let me just tell you, Bishop Eddie Long is just the tip of the iceberg. I think the universe is not judging, but correcting itself, and we're having to confront these issues. I love Bishop Long. I love anybody out there hurting, and I'll be here for them. And I love your tenderness in dealing with it. It's a delicate subject. I'm trying to be as discreet and tactful as I can, but it's an issue that's not going to go away. We got to deal with it. It's here for our help.
Well, I respect very much what you preach, so I look forward to talking to you more about this.
My
Bishop,
pleasure.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. So there's that video. Hey, Dustin, thank you so very much for being here. Now, part of the reason why I played that video tonight, as we discussed Eddie Long Jr.'s book, is because this was the time of when Eddie Long was going through all of the news media and the things that were happening. Now, you have to understand also that not only was Eddie Long going through it, his children were going through it, including his son, Eddie Long Jr., Ed Long Jr. Now, for Ed Long Jr. to have gone through all of this and all of the stuff that happened with his father, and also the passing of his father's death, for him to be able to continue on his journey had to be hard, especially in the church where when you really hear the interview, because there was an interview that Ed Long Jr. did, and I have the link to that video as well. You hear him talk, and there's a lot of people that, as he was going through all of this after his father's passing, and even during the time that he was still alive, a lot of the church people left. A lot of people turned and walked away because they didn't want to be associated with what Eddie Long Jr. was going through. But they didn't only disassociate themselves from Eddie Long Jr., they also disassociated themselves from their family and the children and all that. So I'm glad that Ed Long Jr. has written this book. The son of Eddie Long Jr. has written this book, because when children of ministers go through things, who do they go to talk about it? What guidelines do they have to get them through situations that they have to deal with? Because when the church so many times wants to shut down things and close things and not discuss things, it could leave people not knowing where to turn or who to talk to or how to handle it. So Ed Long Jr. writing this book is giving ministers, children, especially children of ministers, a booklet as far as like a guide to help them through the process. And I think Ed Long Jr. is the perfect person to be able to write a book like this, having known that he has gone through one of the hugest things that has happened in the news that affected the church and all this. So he is out here, he's promoting his book. And I'm saying kudos to him. You could purchase a book on Amazon. Let me show you. Let me bring this up here. The name of his title was Purposeful. He said it in his interview, and I love it. I love it. I love it. Son of a bishop. Come on now. Son of a bishop. That is the name of the book. And in his interview, they asked him, did you intend to do this? And his answer was, yes, he intended to have it look like that, sound like that, and all that. And listen, I love it. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of information on the book. Hey, Robin, she says, I think I have found a way to articulate my feelings about the church and its attitudes towards and about sexuality. Okay, we'll have to discuss that. Thank you for that. Now, let me show you guys. Here is the book. And it is called Son of a Bishop. You better go ahead, Ed Long. I ain't mad at you. I am not mad. Now, there's also, here's the front cover. Look at this. This is so cute. This is Ed Long Jr. there, and he's hugging his dad, the late, the great Bishop Eddie Long Jr. I actually went to Eddie Long Jr.'s, Eddie Long Jr.'s Bishop Eddie Long. I actually went to Bishop Eddie Long's service that they had, memorial service, funeral. I went to that. And let me tell you, I was very, very happy for the work he did, because he was great out here in these streets of Atlanta and helping and so forth. And it was really sad that all the good that he did was overshadowed by the wrong that he did and stuff like that. But let me tell you guys, even though some of the things that he did was not pleasing and not right, he did so much good. And it's sad that people are not being able to see and remember the good that he did, because the first thing you come up when you hear his name is the negative that he did. So I'm glad that his son, Ed Long Jr., has written this book. Now I'm going to see if I can, this is the channel here that wrote, and y'all know we give credit, VAR, VARR. This is the channel that wrote this, that did this interview. And this young man is so good. His name is R.A. Vernon. He is the son of R.A. Vernon. His father is a pastor, a minister, and his father is big out here and in these streets of ministry. He is really big out here. So if you want to know who his dad is, just type in Pastor R.A. Vernon, Pastor R.A. Vernon. He's really big out here, and he pastors a church called Word City Church. Really, really big ministry out there. So you want to check him out. But let me see if I can bring up this, a little bit of this video they did. Let me see if I can share this with you guys so you can see this over here, because this was really, really good. Let's see. All right, let me see if I can bring that up, and let's see if this shares over here. I'm going to add this to the screen. All right, so this is R.A. Vernon II. R.A. Vernon II. He has a podcast. He has a YouTube channel. Y'all go over there and check him out. This is his YouTube channel right here. VAR, VARR. Y'all go over there and check him out. Okay, subscribe to his channel. He's doing great work. I really think he should have had way more subscribers after he did this interview with Ed Long Jr., because last time I looked, he had over 80-something thousand views on that video, but maybe it has gone up since then. But let me see if I can play just a little bit of this so you guys can see. This was great. Hold on.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Beyond Sunday. What episode is this? What we on?
I don't know. It feel like 100.
It feel like 100, but it ain't a humbug. The #1 Christian entertainment podcast in the world is in the building.
Yes,
Beyond
sir,
Sunday, where we take you beyond the pulpit. You know, we don't let you just see what it looked like on Sunday. We take you further, man, like it should be. We got a legend in the building.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
We got a legend in the building. The one and only.
Who we got?
The one and only Eddie Long Jr. is in the building. How you feeling, sir?
I'm great, man. I'm great. Listen, you keep blowing me away when you hit me with that L word, that legendary. Listen, appreciate you. Thank you. Shout out to the whole Word family, the whole Word church. Shout out to the cast, the co-host, and everything. And it's such a good pleasure to meet you in person.
All right, you guys. So I'm not going to play the whole thing because y'all know how YouTube be doing, but I will drop the link. I will drop the link in the description so y'all can check it out. Now, in this interview, it was great. Eddie Long Jr. tells the reason why he wrote this book about his dad. He shares information. He's got great topics in there. But the main purpose he stated is because he wants to be able to share his story about what happened with his life with his dad and the jewels and tips that he can share with everyone. So let me go ahead and I'm going to bring up a little bit of the excerpt of this book as well. And then we'll chit chat just a little bit. Okay. We're not going to be on here. I always say we're not going to be on here long with him. All right. So here's a little bit of the excerpt here. And it says here, and again, this is from Amazon, and it says Ed Long Jr. is a true prodigy whose multi-dimensional talents and alluring personalities make him the eye-catching third-generation global minister, award-winning music artist, and entrepreneurial multimedia producer. Ed is also son of Grammy award-winning, Telly award-winning trumpet and award-winning author and trailblazing pastor of New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, Bishop Eddie Lee Long Jr. Ed Long Jr. Ed Long. Ed Long Jr. shares heartfelt memoirs concerning he and his father, Bishop Eddie Lee Long, to aid parents in connecting with their offsprings and to empower the next generation with tools for developing their voice while embracing the responsibilities of inherent legacy. Okay. And then he also he has a questionnaire on here as well, because again, this is important to the church world, because again, a lot of church kids don't have a place they can turn to talk about the problems that they may have in their relationship with their families, because in churches we're taught, don't talk about the pastor's business. Don't, and the children shouldn't go and talk about the pastor's business and so forth. But sometimes you need somebody that you could talk to or get some guidance from. And a lot of times they don't want to share because they don't want people to be nosy and spread their mess. But you need an outlet. And I think that's what this book is going to be, is an outlet for so many people to be able to have these questions answered. It says here, have you ever wondered what it's like to be a preacher's kid? My father was an evangelist. I know how that role. My grandfather was an evangelist. I know how that role is. A lot of stuff you keep in the house, you don't share it with nobody. And you do want to be able to talk to somebody. It says here, are you looking for help on how to develop your own personality while being under the umbrella of influential parents? This is good. Are your parents leading or serving in ministry? And this is not just for mega churches. This is not just for mega pastors, for children that have mega pastor parents. This can be for the regular 1 or 2 member churches. This book can be for you also. This could be, thank you, Holy Spirit. This book can be for people who are thinking about going into ministry, and their children, they have children. You may want to read this book before you go into full-blown ministry, so that you can maybe get some guidance and some tools from it, because he's writing this book to be a tool. Okay. It says, are your parents leading or serving in a ministry? And it doesn't have to be a pastor. They don't have to be a pastor. They can be a deacon. They can be an elder. They can be a church secretary. This book is not for parents that are pastors, big leaders. This book is for people who are serving in ministry in any capacity. And you have children. This book is for you. This book is for even adult children whose parents are in ministry. This is for you also. Okay. It also says, do you need help navigating the nuances of balancing your personal growth and developing with the calling or pressures of ministry? Now, let me tell you, Ed Long Jr. knows about the pressures of ministry, because in that video I just showed you guys, where his father was standing up there. That's the day that he had to give the information to the church about what was going on in the news. That was Ed Long Jr. standing behind him. Hey, Curves. Yeah, that was him standing behind him. So he knows the pressures that he dealt with. Okay. It also says, are you pastoring or leading a ministry or also parenting? Mm-hmm. Are you struggling to relate to your son or daughter? Now, here's the key part right here. That part right there. Let me blow myself up for a minute. That part right there. There are so many pastors, leaders, ministers, church ministry people that are doing a great job helping the church heal, but your home family is broken. There are so many ministers and pastors and leaders and church people who love the ministry, including myself, some, too. I love church, but I had to learn that balance of, if I could be there for every church member, why can't I be there for my own kids? I had to learn that. And so that part right there, are you pastoring or leading a ministry while also parenting? You have to be able to know that your children are going to need you too. And I'm hoping that that's, what was in the title of what this question is on Ed Long Jr.'s book. That's again why I say this book that Ed Long Jr. has written is very important for people who are in ministry, because sometimes you get so deep into saying, I got to take care of the church. I got to take care of the church. Your family gets neglected and they have nowhere to turn because you don't want them talking about your business. They have nowhere to go. They don't know what to do. They don't, what do? Y'all, I think this is a must-read book. Yes, it's in my cart on my Amazon. We'll be ordering it because This is a must-read book. It also says, are you struggling to relate to your son or daughter? There's a lot of ministers that are. There's a lot of ministers that can help every member's children, but they can't help their own. They're not available. They're unavailable for their own children. Oh, this is so good. It also says here, let me see if I can get that over here. Are you looking for insight on how to help them to live a normal life? Come on now, while they develop a relationship with Jesus Christ and their own calling. It's great. Now, here is a Bishop Paul Morton wrote this also about Eddie Long Jr.'s book. Come on now, y'all know Bishop Paul S. Morton. Don't act like y'all don't know Bishop Paul S. Morton now. Come on now. He wrote this and he said he, meaning Ed, is getting into what it's all about, being the son of a bishop. He is telling y'all, and y'all, let me tell y'all something about Ed Long Jr. When I saw him, I saw an interview that he did. And even on this interview, not the one with RA, but another interview that he did before, this guy has no fear. Let me tell you, he can get down in the gutter with him, and he ain't going to come out with not an ounce of fear on him. And I said that because sometimes church, they want you to be meek and humble and just so, you know, like quiet and so forth. And, oh, I'm just going to let everybody just walk over me and it's okay. God will get them. No, you better not try that with Ed Long. You better not try that with Ed Long, because he's going to get in that gutter with you. He's going to come out winning. So for him to write this book, that's why I know it's going to be so impactful, because even though Ed Long can cut you real deep, I believe that because he's been through so much, even in that cut, it's still going to be meant to heal you. I hope y'all heard what I just said. So it says here, according to Bishop Paul S. Morton, he says, I was a son of a bishop, so I know the privileges, but I also knew the pressure. You need this book. It's going to bless you. Many of you are in leadership. You need this for yourself. You need this for your children so that they will be able to relate as son or daughters of leadership. And that's by Bishop Paul S. Morton. You guys, this is a great book. I want you all to really consider checking this book out. Ed Long Jr., I think, did a great job of this. I am going to get it. Let me see what y'all are saying in these comments before they get way too up here. Thank you so much. Robin says this. She said, discussions, rules, policies, and the like are man-made constructs. If there was greater fidelity to the 10 Commandments, sexuality would not be a consideration. Okay, girl, you better tell him, Robin. Robin, tell him. Hey, Justin, come on through, Robin. Let him know. Thank you, Justin, for being here. He's saying hello, everyone. He says, Regina, thank you for being you. Thank you for being you. And I saw your video. Keep those up, Justin. I love it. Thank you so much. And he's saying hello. Hey, Reality with Krista Marie. Hey, girl. Hey, thank you for being here also. All right, let me get back over here, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit more about R.A. Vernon II, because y'all need to check him out, especially y'all young folks who's looking for a pastor in leadership that you can relate to. All y'all millennials or Gen Zs or whichever ones y'all are and all that, y'all may have been missing out if y'all have not been connecting with R.A. Vernon. Y'all may have been missing out. Thank you, Justin. He says, I love a confident and compassionate Christian. You better come on now. All right now. Amen to that. Thank you so much, Reality. All right. So let me tell y'all a little bit over here. Let me put this video up. This is the gentleman that did the interview that I just played with Ed Long Jr. His name is R.A. Vernon II. His father is R.A. Vernon. Great minister. My husband loves him. When we saw this video, my husband was like, wait, I know his dad. His dad is a great pastor, and he's good people. He's a good pastor. And so he was so excited. And my husband was so excited about that interview that this gentleman, R.A. Vernon II, did with Ed Long Jr. He sat there and he watched the whole thing. He would not budge. He watched the whole entire video of him interviewing Ed Long Jr., talking about his book and his relationship with his dad. So it was great. So you guys, this is his channel, the church ministry. It is called YF Live Experience. I think that's YF. experience, but I'll drop that link in there as well. But all you have to do is type in R.A. Vernon ministry, and all of that information will come up there as well. Here's the links to the church. There's a couple of links there, wordcity.org. You can go in there and find his father's church ministry. It's so good. I mean, this young man, I think, is doing great work. Like I said, he also has a podcast as well. Here's a quick video of his dad talking about his children. This is a dad, R.A. Vernon. He's a minister, great minister, like we said before. Great work that he's doing. Let me see if I can play a little bit of that one so you guys can get like a little gist of who he is there, because he seems like I could understand why my husband really liked him. Let me just see if I can play a little bit of this for you guys as well, okay? And he's talking about his children. All right, so let's get into this. Let's share this screen. Okay, let's share this screen. I'm going to back this up a little bit back here because he's going to be talking about his kids. And that's the part I want y'all to hear, okay? All right, so let me add this to the screen and we will go ahead and get this in. Thank y'all for being so patient with me here as I produce.
And now in the midst of the holidays, I thought I'd introduce you literally to my babies, my two smallest children, my baby boy and my youngest child, my youngest daughter, Victory, named after her mother. Listen, let's jump in. I sat down with my son. What is it to be one of the RAs? You're not the oldest RA, you're the baby RA. Both of us are preachers. You're not sure if you want to preach or do something else or business. That can be something. Somebody's always felt sort of like the in-between, out of place child. Where do you fit? That kind of thing in life in general. And then I sat down with my baby girl, my baby. You only get one baby. All parents know that. You only get one baby. She's my baby girl. We talked about the reality of bullying, which is real. There are thousands of children dealing with this, plus what it is to be the smallest, the baby of the family. This is a different kind of podcast. We're getting ready to end the season. This first season has been a blessing. I want to kick it with my wife one more time. You're going to hear from my oldest daughter. There's so much going on. Season 2 is going to be even better. Just stay tuned. All right, let's go in to me with my baby boy, Raphael, and then my baby girl. And then we're dropping her song, Breathe, for the first time, which we think can become an anthem for bullying. Watch this.
All right, you guys. So there he is. So that's his daddy. And he's doing great work. Y'all go ahead and I'm going to drop the link in there so y'all can have all this information. But you guys, I really want you all to check out Ed Long Jr.'s book. This is going to be a great book. Y'all show him some love over there. He's been through so much. I think y'all need to hear his story. He's going to tell his story. And there's so many great things in there. I remember one part of the interview that he said was when his father had gotten sick. And he had gotten real small, because of those of us who remember the late, great Bishop Eddie Long. Eddie Long was always one who was so built, like muscle man. He was the muscle man preacher, we all would say. Great big arms and chest and everything. He'd wear these real tight shirts to show off his muscles and everything. And he was known for that workout and his great, his body. And Ed Long Jr. said in the interview that he did with R.A. Vernon, he said that when his dad had gotten real small, with the sickness, his arms had gotten real small and he was real small in frame. Eddie told his son, Ed, he said, let's go work out. And Ed Long Jr. said he looked at his dad and he was like, well, how is he going to lift that? His arms are so small and everything. And he said, and he was amazed that his dad was still able to do it. And he says that's when he realized it was more of the mind thing. It's just amazing what that does. But he also said that taught him something in that instance. So you guys, it's a great book. It's a great book. Y'all check it out. It is on Amazon. Son of a Bishop. It is on Amazon. Y'all check it out. Y'all give some love to Ed Long Jr. This had to be really something heartfelt for him to do. And I'm glad he's out there promoting it. Get into it and understand. And remember this, you guys, when children of bishops and pastors and ministry leaders, when their parents go through things, know that their children are going through it also. The impact on them sometimes, thank you, Holy Spirit, can be greater on the children than it is even on the parents as they go through it. It's sometimes hard for them to navigate through the whole process of what their parents are going through. And so I would always tell people to do your best to show kindness when people are going through some of these situations in life, because the impact on the children could be much harder, very much harder than what the parents are going through. I'm glad that Ed Long Jr. is sharing this valuable book with the world. And I'm praying that more people would catch on and pick up to it and actually get this in the hands, thank you, Holy Spirit, of the people that need it. I am loving that he is doing this. So you guys support those of you that can. You can go onto Amazon. I did go onto Amazon tonight before I upload it to see it is available. It's still there. So those of you who would like to get it, as of the date of this video, it was still available on Amazon. All right, y'all go and check out that book Ed Long Jr. has, Son of a Bishop. This is going to be good. His tell-all book about his relationship with his dad and the things that you can learn from the things he went through and the things that he learned as well. Y'all check it out. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show, come on now, y'all do that. Subscribe today. Help us grow. All right, subscribe. Here's my logo on the screen here, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. You see the red mug and microphone. Go over to our YouTube channel and Facebook channel and subscribe today. Remember, if you're watching this on one of our many other channels, even my personal Facebook page, those are going to be faded out come January 1st. So you will need to subscribe to my YouTube or my Facebook channel of The Juice Radio and Talk Show. If you go to YouTube and you say, well, I typed in The Juice, I don't see it. There are so many. Just type in the whole word, the whole sentence, The Juice Radio and Talk Show, and click that subscribe button today, because all the other channels will be faded out come January 1st. There's a lot of things that's going on for the new year, and that is one of the crucial things, but we don't want you to miss out on any of our videos. So that's why we're letting you know now. Subscribe today and click the notification bell. If you're having problems clicking the notification bell, I'll even help you. Just inbox me or email me, okay? And I will help you to get that taken care of as well. Now, remember, we're on all these other social media channels as well. So you can also find us on, let me get that off of there. You can also find us on all those channels here as well. TikTok, Instagram, all of those. We're also there at The Juice Radio and Talk Show, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. All of these channels, okay? All of the personal channels and things are going to be fading out. Truth and Triumph Ministries, which is our sponsor channel, that one will soon be fading out as well. We're going to leave that channel, Truth and Triumph Ministries, Facebook and YouTube channel, for other interviews. That's probably going to be where a lot of our interviews are going to take place, but everything is going to be gravitating over to The Juice Radio and Talk Show. We're growing right now. We're growing in leaps and bounds, and it's really hard for us to keep up with all the channels. So we're going to be streaming them down to make sure that it's easier for us to maintain and make sure that you're getting quality work. And all of that means that we have to streamline some of these things and take them down into just a couple of platforms instead of so many that we have. All right. Thank you. Yes, Justin, you're right. Turn on all your notifications. Thank you, Aaron. Thanking everyone for coming. Justin says, turn on all notifications, all of them. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Beagle. Turn them all on. Thank you, Justin. Thank you all for watching, you guys. I will be back with some other information, but I did want to get that out to you guys, that this great book is out. Ed Long Jr.'s new book, Son of a Bishop. Y'all check it out today. And remember, pray for each other, love each other, and be safe out here for the Christmas holidays. All right. Thank y'all for watching. We'll be back. All right. Y'all stay safe and have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed evening. All right. Now relax and enjoy. Bye.